I'm waiting for you. Let's play this. Let's play this game.
I used to be single, but now I'm married and I have a son.
I used to exercise every day, but now I don't because my job is sucking the life out of me.
When I was younger, I used to go swimming, but I don't go swimming anymore.
I used to care about what people thought about me, and I don't anymore.
I used to eat meat, but I don't eat meat anymore.
I'm waiting for you, Leonardo, Sofía.
I used to do pencil sketching before.
Miss, es
John.
que me sale código de juego no válido. Miss, no me tocó por mí.
Really? Refresh the page. Maybe refreshing the page because Angel is here.
Ya ahora es que, pero no me deja.
What about you? What do you used to do?
Le comparto pantalla, Miss.
Let me see. Let me see what's happening.
Me sale código de juego no válido. Puse 430-85-86. Me sale no válido.
Give me a second. 438. It's wrong.
Miss, no me carga.
It's wrong. It's 430-86-86. 8-5.
¿Sí? Me sale código de juego no válido.
Give me a second. 430-86-85. Try it again. Try it again. Give me a second. 4-3-0-8-6-6-8-6. 8 and 5. 8 and 5. What's happening?
Miss, es que yo estoy en quizzes y es en Kahoot.
That's.
Me doy cuenta.
Ni yo. Oh my gosh. Okay. 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 I'm going to show you again the code. The code is 4-3-0-8-6-8-5. Leo? Sofía? Leo, Leo? Are you there?
I used to be single, but now I'm married and I have a son.
Y Miss, no me carga ni el Kahoot.
What about John?
I used to exercise.
Miss, no me carga.
Because my job is
Well,
sucking the life
let's
out
start.
of me.
Let's start and you help
No,
me.
Miss, ya me cargó, ya me cargó.
Okay. Okay, I'm waiting for you. So when do we use
When I was
used
younger,
to?
I used to go swimming, but I don't go
To
swimming
talk about
anymore.
what? Do you remember? To talk about what?
I used to care about what people thought about me, and I
Yo mismo. The past.
Actions or habits or situations that were true in the past
I used to eat
but
meat, I
aren't
don't
true
eat meat
right now.
anymore.
I used to play basketball, but right now I don't do it anymore.
I
Okay.
used to do pencil
To talk
sketching.
about habits
I
or
don't do it
situations that
anymore.
were true but in the past. Remember that we used to just for talking
I didn't
in
used to be
past.
so
Okay,
impatient.
let's start.
I'm really impatient
John.
now.
Okay, let's start. Let's start doing the activity. Here we go. Okay, you can help me here. I go to the beach every day. What is the correct option? This is an affirmative sentence.
Yo hice una pregunta. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre el used to y el uses to?
Here, because
Sí.
with the s, because here is in present. As you can see, it's in present. It's in present. Okay.
El used to es en pasado.
And this used to with the D is in past. And we use it to talk about habits or situations that were true in the past, but they are not true anymore in the present. Okay. Things that
Y el
you
used
used. And this is for present. For example, uses.
Ok.
Cambia totalmente el significado. Used to significa solía. Pero ahora uses, ¿qué significa? Usar. Cambia el significado. Okay. So used to for talking about habits. Habits in the past. That's it. Good question.
Ok, miss.
Shall we go? Next question. I didn't play tennis. What is the correct one? Very good. Remember that when we are talking about a negative sentence, we say used to without the D, okay? Used to, and that's all. That's all. You don't have to conjugate the verb. Susan blank drink milk when she was young. Look at the image. Take in count the image. Very good. Susan didn't used to drink milk when she was young. 4th question. I didn't blank watch television. Nice, very good. I didn't used to watch television. 5. What? This is a question. Very good. We also can write questions with W questions. And here we have the W question, and then you continue with did, subject, and so on. Okay, as you can see, we are just adding the W question. What? What? Then the auxiliary verb did, then the subject, then used to, and then the verb. And that's all. Did they blank go to the cinema? Very good. Remember, use to without the D. Here we go. People blank travel on horses. Very good. People used to travel on horses. Ted used to blank my best friend, but he lives in Canada now.
Miss, es que está en presente y en es pasado.
You have to choose. The verb have to be in what? In present, remember, in present. Very good. The verb have to be in present. And present simple. You don't have to conjugate it. Okay? Ted used to be my best friend, but he lives in Canada now. We have to make the verb in present. Okay, 9. We blank play marbles when she were at elementary school. We used to play marbles. Very good. Nice. 10. My mother cooked for me, but now my wife cooks at home. What could be the correct answer? Very good. Oh, here you are divided. Okay. The correct option was used to. Used to with D. Used to, because in affirmative we use used to with the D. And here you choose. Here you choose used without the D and used without the to. Be careful. Be careful. Here we go. I blank start work at 9 o'clock, but now I start at 7 o'clock.
No, no se quedó mal.
Used to. Two questions left and we'll finish. We didn't blank swim in the river. Very good. We didn't used to swim in the river. And the last one, did Pelé play football in Brazil? Very good. Nice. Let's see who is the winner. View, third place. Sophia, second place. And the first place is for Angel. Very good. Congrats. Good job, guys. Good job. Okay, remember that on Monday, the next week, we are going to do a quiz, okay? A quiz about used to and too many, too much. Please write it in your notebook. You have to study about too many, too much, enough or not enough, and this topic that we see today, that we saw today. that is used to.
Miss, entonces, use to sin, con ese es para preguntas y está en pasado.
Let me show you. Let me show you. Let's talk about this one more time. No problem. When we use used to in affirmative sentence, we start with the subject. And we use used to with the D. Look at here. With the D. This in affirmative sentence, okay? And then the verb in present simple, okay? But you don't have to conjugate the verb. You don't have to conjugate it. Look at the example. I used to play tennis, okay? Remember that we use used to talk about habits or situations that were true in the past, but now they aren't true, okay? We don't do that anymore. I used to play tennis, but now I don't do it, okay? This is in affirmative sentence. As you can see, here is the D. I used to, okay? I used to play tennis. Here is the verb. As you can see, the verb is not conjugated. The verb is not conjugated. This is the basis of the verb. Now, when we talk about negative sentences, what happened? We use didn't, okay? In negative sentences, we use didn't. So you start with the subject, then you continue with didn't, okay? Didn't is not going to change for any subject, okay? Didn't for every subject. Didn't for I, didn't for they, for he, for she, and so on. But here, look at here. Here is changing something. As you can see, the D is not anymore there. We are saying subject, didn't, and used to without the D, okay? Why? Because we are using this auxiliary. And when we use this auxiliary, we don't conjugate the second verb here.
Ah, ok, Miss. Y Miss, too many eran las cosas contables y tomó las cosas que no son contables.
Ah, okay, talking about too many, yes, is for contables, okay? For contables. And too much is used for uncountable nouns. Let's see that. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm going to look for the explanation of that topic, because we have specific situations where we must use too many and too much. And too, remember that after too, we have to write an adjective. For example, too lazy, too tired, too hard, for example, and so on. Let me see here. What is it? Ah, here we are. Okay. Remember that too many, and too much have the same meaning, but we use it in a different way. Okay. Here we have that we use to before adjective and adverbs. Okay. As you can see here, we have an adjective, hard. She works too hard. That restaurant is too expensive. We also have too many, that is used before countable nouns. Okay, I drink too many cups of coffee. Talking about too much is used before uncountable nouns. Usually we use it with food, because food in many cases are uncountable. So, but give me a second there. You can use it in some different situations too. For example, too much, we can use it after a verb without an object. As you can see, he worries too much. Remember, he cries too much. She speaks too much. After a verb, we write too much. She worries too much. She speaks too much. She eats too much. Okay. We can write it at the end of the sentence. After a verb. And that's all. Now, talking about enough. Do you remember what is enough? Can we have enough? Yes, enough. Do you remember what is the meaning for enough?
Siempre.
Sufficient. The right amount. The right amount. But when you talk about not enough, that means less than necessary or less than is good. For example, here, is your coffee sweet enough? I didn't have enough sugar for everyone. It's not sufficient. It's not the right amount. I didn't have enough. Here we are using the negative of not enough, or enough, sorry. Here, we can use enough before countables and uncountable nouns. Okay. He doesn't eat enough vegetables. Vegetables are countable, and we can use enough here. And here we have time. Time is uncountable, but we can use also enough here in this case. Have we got enough time? He doesn't eat enough vegetables. Okay. So enough comes before countables and uncountable nouns. And we can use it too, saying that is the right amount, talking about enough is the right amount or sufficient. But when we talk about not enough, is that is less than necessary or less than is good. Okay, remember the meaning. Remember the meaning for enough and not enough. But be careful. We can use enough after an adjective or adverb. Here is the example. The information isn't clear enough. Clear is the adjective. As you can see, we can use enough here after the adjective. After the adjective or the adverb. He didn't sing well enough to win the competition. Here we have well, that is the adverb, okay? Well, and then we write enough. Also, we can use enough after a verb without an object. Okay? I didn't sleep enough last night. I didn't eat enough last night. I didn't play enough last week, for example. You can see? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You need to study this. You need to study when to use too many, and too much, and not enough and enough. What do you think? We must evaluate just too many, too much, and enough and not enough? Or I add used to? What do you think?